Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday Night Thunder. Season 2 starts tonight here at Dega, as this is going to be a 12-week contest of full racing. Tonight we've got 60 laps, a stage break at the end of lap 20, as we got the top 5 will get paid out. It costs $25 to enter this race. This is a lot of fun. We already got drivers on the track making times. Myself, Jacob Emery, in the booth alongside Steve Tucker. We want to thank everyone for being here, and it's going to be a fantastic race. Steve, how are you doing? Are you here with me, buddy?
Man, I am pumped up for this race. Talladega always produces an amazing race. We get a full field, almost 20 cars, 21 cars. It's going to be incredible. Xfinity Racing cannot get any better than that.
Absolutely. So regular season champs get 25% of the points fund. Top 16 in points will race for the remaining 75% of that. So again, 12 weeks of racing. They typically go Dega and then also go to Daytona. So super speedway racing, it's going to be tight. It's going to be a lot of action, as we're already seeing Cody there in that number 6. He is on the pole. Sebastian Martin right there in the 23. He's in second. Steven in that 27 car. He's in third at the moment. These times may change, but qualifying is coming to an end here shortly, and we will get racing for the first race of the Tuesday Night Thunder, with it being the second season as well. So, man, Steve, what do you think is going to play out here? What do you think is going to be a driving factor of a guy trying to get a win?
I'll tell you what, you better have friends. I know that, because at a place like this, super speedway racing, Xfinity cars especially, these cars drive differently than the trucks or the Cup cars. So it really comes down to the driver. It comes down to, hey, who's your friend out there? Who can you push? You know, who can you pass, right? Are you a leader? Are you a follower? It all depends, right? Where do you want to be at the end of this race? Do you want to be in second position? Do you want to be in the lead? There's so many factors that comes into how to win this race, and it's huge.
Absolutely. As I was racing majority of these races last season, in season 1, you're absolutely right. It is extremely hard to get to the front. If you don't have your friends with you, you're in trouble, because you'll see it happen. You'll see it unfold as they go 2 wide, 3 wide. As I'm looking at the 23 car on the track, kind of getting squirrely. But man, qualifying is about wrapped up here, and we will get racing. Cody in that number 6 still up front on the pole. Sebastian in that 23, he's in second. Steven in 27, he's in third. John Ellis, Gabe, Zachary Lima, Matthew Baker. It's your top 5. Oh, what's the track temperature like tonight, Steve? Is that going to make a factor here?
Oof. I'll tell you what, usually it does. It's right now, track temp is 74 degrees. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. 119 degrees on the track, which is kind of hot. It's not terrible. At a track like this, these Xfinity cars do stick to the track pretty good. So I don't expect to see a lot of slipping and sliding. Tires probably won't come into a factor at all here. Fuel, we know, is not going to be an issue. So it really just comes down to, can you keep the car on the line? Can you keep it, again, amongst your friends, if you have any, right? And then keep the cautions to a minimum. These drivers do get that one fast repair, but you want to hold on to that, because the big one, you know, is going to happen.
Yeah, early on, if you get yourself in trouble and you have to use that fast repair, any contact, any issues later in the race, you're really going to have some problems. Man, the first stage at 20 laps will be key, and you'll see it. You'll see the guys have a lot of strategy, as they may pit early, they may wait. It's really interesting and fun to watch these guys make these strategy moves, especially at a track at Talladega Super Speedway. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun.
It's always incredible. I can't wait for this. These boys are going to put on a good show. 22 drivers today. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see how they go. I mean, Emery, I've seen you race here. I've raced here myself. It's always a blast. And hey, money on the line. Can't forget that. So talk to us, Emery, about how much money. What are we talking about?
Well, there is a lot of money on the line. So the way this plays out, any driver can come out here and get a win. First place is going to get $100, and it moves down from there.
Whew.
Now, the interesting thing about this league is at the end of the season, if you are in the championship race, if you qualify for it, you have a chance to win. Last season was $500, and I believe Mr. Jason Maines took away with that. So, lot of money on the line, and it's such a unique season. The way they put this on, it's really cool. It's a fun to be a part of too.
Yes, sir. And speaking of which, right now we have the drivers who are starting on the field right here. Cody Niegels is going to be your pole sitter. Awesome job by him right there. In a second, we're going to get him on the track. There we go. We're starting to see cars on track. And there he is, shaking that wheel on the inside. Gotta love that. But he is going to be your pole sitter. Unbelievable job right there. For them, starting P2, Sebastian Marin. Once they jump on track, we'll show you all the cool cars and all the paint schemes. I'll tell you what, in the chat, tell me which one you like the best. What is your favorite paint scheme? I'll tell you what mine is, but we'll get there.
Yeah, and again, hey, this is all new for us, Steve. We've got Race Day Live, so everybody at home watching on YouTube, we want to thank you for being here. I mean, this is something exciting that we started this year, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Ron gave us the ability to come out here and broadcast for this first couple races, and it's exciting to be a part of, and I think it's awesome.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, starting field again. Cody Niegel is going to be your pole sitter here, hometown Roll Up, Missouri. Love that. P2 going to be Sebastian Marin. Steve Korosek is in P3. I'm going to butcher some of these names, Emery, but I hope they forgive me. And John Ellis Jr. is in P4. Great job right there. Gabe Butler in P5. Awesome job. Zachary Lima in P6. Kenneth McCullough Jr. That's definitely wrong, but great job by him in P7. Matthew Baker, P8. Brandon Broadfoot, loving that car right there. Blue Lightning Motorsports. P9 position. David Sheets in P10. John Mullivan. P11. Sean Hill, 12th. Great starting job by these guys. Jason D. Maines, a favorite, Emery, you might say.
He's going to be one out here that you're going to look out for. He'll be at the front when the end of this race happens.
Love that. Mike Davenport in P15. Michael Triscaro in P16. J.R. Miller, 17th place. Jeff Merck in 18th. Ryan Baste in 19th. Jeremy Osborne, 20th. 21st, we have Curtis Rogers in the Hooters machine. Hold on now. David Drohan, 23rd. Mark Vondell in the 25th position, excuse me. Heath Job starting 26th. Christopher McCullough. Great job right there at P27. And then William H. Scott Jr. Cannot miss that lime green and black paint scheme. Love that. That's your field. Emery, we have 28 drivers. We're going to go and try and win this race.
I would say for the first season, or for the first race of this season, that's quite a field. The field got larger as the season went by in season one, but to start off with this many drivers, that's exciting. And like we were talking about, the money at the end of the season that everybody's really trying to fight for, that prize is just going to be larger when that time comes. So really cool to see this field. And man, Cody Niegel's up there in front. I don't know if he's going to stay up there or not. But you know there's a lot of action at these tracks. So guys may be starting in the back. Anybody can win this race. You got to have help, though. And we'll see how this unfolds when we go green here shortly, as I believe the lights on the pace car are off, and we are about to go green. Steve, this is going to be a long race, 60 laps, and then that first stage at 20 laps. We've seen it unfold and see how this strategy happens, and I can't wait to see it tonight.
Yes, sir. Going to be a lot of good times. Right now, big field. That pacer going to take that hard left turn. And we're going to green flag racing.
Absolutely. Pace car is now off. And season 2, the Thunder Night Racing is about to start as the green flag's going to wave and they are going to get going as they are side by side. The action starts right now. Green flag is underway. We head into turn 1. Cody in that 6 cars out front. Sebastian at 23 right beside him. As they getting pretty tight. 4 or 5 cars out front. As they are side by side. Let's see if anybody will go 3 wide just yet. As they are looking like they are working together pretty well.
Big move by the 21 right there. Already making a move down on the inside. Ellis, John Ellis.
Ellis is now up front. That 23 car right there. Niegels in the 6. Lima, Baker. It's your top 5. As lap 1 is about to be gone. Good racing so far. Nothing too crazy. No 3 wide just yet. Side by side and a little bit of single file action in the back.
Tight racing, Emery. 2 wide the entire way around. Holding on to it is this front pack.
I'll tell you what, Steve. Wait just a minute as they are 3 wide, and you will see a lot of guys in the middle getting sandwiched. And I'll tell you, it's a little nerve-wracking, but good drivers out here. It's always been clean racing, and it's fun. It's fun to watch. In the car, it's a little scary, but right now these guys are trying to figure it out. As we got one jumping up top to see if they can make it 3 wide as he goes back inside, side by side now. Little contact in the back, 1 car in the grass, 2 cars getting loose, no
wreck.
caution flag.
Hold on to it, 55.
That's what we were talking about. You don't want to get in trouble too early now because your fast repair is going to be gone, and that will cost you. And that's that 55 Davenport getting in some trouble. Look like he's going to have to use his fast repair. No caution though, so we're still green.
Hold on to it. This angle right here, Emery, you can really see how the push draft is working. You don't want to push in these corners. That can set the guy out and wreck him. But right here, on those straightaways, it's fair game.
Yeah, you don't want to cause the big one, but you also don't want to have too much space because you're not going to find yourself to the front. As you're seeing that spot, that inside lane, not as tight as they should be, and still making it work though in this corner. 23-12, the 21, and the 6 car are really working very well in that bottom lane. As that front pack now is getting a little bit tighter. They're making a run up top. I think they're going to try to go 3 wide.
Yes, sir. That 77 of Sean Hill is making that move on the outside, trying to make it work. There he goes. We're 3 wide, Emery.
That outside lane works pretty well. Yep, 3 wide. And I'll tell you what, to be in the middle right there, though, you got to know what you're doing. And sometimes you get these drivers that come in and they may not feel comfortable racing in the pack. So as you see them laying off and sitting in the back, they don't want to be in that wreck. They don't want the big one. As I talk about it, car gets loose, 21 on the bottom. They're keeping it together. No caution, no wreck, a little bit of contact. And a 77, Steve, making a good run up top, and he is now your leader. That's Sean Hill in the 77 out front, making it work.
Yes, he is, but you have to watch that side draft, because if you get side draft too hard, I mean, these cars have heavy aerodynamics. You don't want to get down too far and cause that net coat or door somebody and wreck the whole field.
Yeah, net coat is no fun at a track like this. It can happen. We've seen it happen before, but they are trying to fight to the front to get the position where they need to be. As now the 60 is making a move on the outside lane. Can he get to the front?
Oh, no! 77 turns around. Sean Hill. Can they hold on to it? They do. Emery.
That was quite the save.
I don't
know how
the
that
65 in the back of the field gets wrecked.
That's the contact.
There's the caution.
And that will bring out the caution, Steve. Man, how did he save it up front? That car was sideways. He could have took out the whole field, but kept it together. Unfortunately, we got a car in the back here that does have some damage, and looks like he got some big contact.
Oh, the Hooters car. No.
I think that's your favorite paint scheme, maybe.
Got all banged
he'll get
up.
to the pits. Yeah, he'll get to the pits. He'll fix it all up, and we'll go back green. So first caution, 6 laps down. Unfortunate to see that happen, but that's the type of racing that happens here. Let's take a replay and see what went wrong.
So yeah, right now checking out for that big wreck right there. Obviously, just gets hooked by the 42, but nowhere to really go. Guys are hard on the brakes, and sometimes when you go on the brakes that hard, Emery, it's just the car gets upset and just goes around.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but man, unfortunate for him. He will get it fixed though. They do have one fast repair, like we talked about. Your leader right now, I believe, is gonna be Jeff Merck in that 24. Michael in that 34, he's second. JR Miller in the 78, third. Sebastian and Zachary Lima, that's your top 5. Interesting to see this. If you're looking at the field, Jeff Merck, he started grid 8. He is now in first. Top 3 guys started 15th. Now he's second. JR Miller started 17th. He's third. Now, it's easy to do on a track like this, but, you know, I don't know if guys want to start in the back and work their way up, or it's just hard to say. I kind of feel like you just let the race unfold and play out how it does, and that kind of drives your decision making. But me personally, I always try to get to the front, and then something happens. So I don't know. Exciting to see these guys are actually coming in the pits right now. They're going to get some tires and get some fuel. So the strategy is already underway here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Just goes to show him right that at these super speedways, it doesn't matter where you qualify. It just matters where you finish. And right here, we're seeing a lot of guys coming down pit road for seemingly maybe tires or fuel or whatnot. I can't imagine it's going to be tires right here, but a lot of fuel stops, Emery.
Yeah, a lot of guys just kind of feeling it up, seeing if they can go all the way through. The next caution is going to be at 20. That's going to be the end of the stage. So, yeah, it's already begun. I'm surprised to see that many drivers coming in quick and getting, looks like, tires and some fuel. So
that's right. You get all those sets, why not? That is the one thing about
right there.
Oof,
I like that camera angle.
Love that. One thing about tires that they don't talk about necessarily, especially in these cars, is that sometimes when you have those fresh tires, they don't make a huge difference on the course of a long run on these tracks, but they do make a difference sometimes in your handling, in the sense of you can make a bold, quick move up to, you know, going down or up high and feel confident in that because the tires are going to stick, right? So it's definitely a confidence booster for these drivers, maybe for these tires, and maybe being more aggressive on track.
Yeah, like this early on this track, tires really don't matter, but the fuel does. And you'll see a lot of the teammates just working together. So they're all going to go and pit at the same time so that they can work together as a team to get to the front. You'll see it unfold. I mean, Jason Maines, he's always up front, and he's got drivers around him to help him out. But he makes big runs on the outside to make it 3 wide. It's just he's always up there. You see the name. He won last season. Congratulations to him. Not sure where he finished on the money race for the big one, but I know he was last year's champion. And see if he can do it again for season 2.
I'll tell you what, the 28 cars, amazing field right here. A lot of great paint schemes, a lot of good causes here. I'm seeing on these cars. It's a great time, Emery. And right now, I'll tell you what, this race is cooking up. 8 laps in, but it's going to heat up for sure.
Anybody's ball game still. We got a lot of racing left. 8 laps down. Jeff Merck is still in front. 34, Michael. He's in second. JR Miller, that's your top 3. Nothing's changed after the pits as we're going to go back green. Those lights are off of the pace car, and we'll see what can happen next. I would imagine that you're going to see some of these guys holding back to try to get some stage 1 points. I'm not sure if they're getting paid out or not. Sometimes they do. I'm not sure about tonight. I know the winner, though. The winner, he's got $100 in his pocket. I think the top 3 drivers are going to have $100 in their pocket when it's all said and done.
Nice.
Money races are fantastic. I'm kind of a gambler. I like the money races. It's very competitive, especially this league. Ron does such a good job really controlling the races. All the guys in here, the drivers, are fantastic. It's a lot of competition. Sometimes we get Garrett Maines in here. He's a Coke driver, so he's pro. It's fun to race with him. You don't find that on a lot of different leagues. It's cool to see him come out here and race with these guys. Because, man, going from watching him on YouTube, watching the Coke series, and then going side by side next to him, 3 wide, is a pretty cool feeling.
Yes, sir. Well, we are half a lap away from getting this race restarted. Pace car is going to take that left corner, hard left corner, here at Talladega, and we're going to get going. With
Funny,
50
this track's
laps to
so
go.
big.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. This track's so big, it kind of is it's deceiving. You think that pace car is about to hit the line, but it's about a minute to 2 minutes out. It seems like forever, but this is such a fun track. This in Daytona. I love this racing. It's just action-packed. It's challenging too. So not everyone can come out here and get to the front, consistently be, your top 5 guys, because it's not easy. You do need the help.
Right.
Let's see what happens here, but just figuring it out early in that 24. As the pace car is off, and we're going to go back green at Talladega for Tuesday Night Thunder. Season 2, first race of the season. If you were watching at home, you still can't join. A lot of money to be made. As Jeff Burke's going to get the green flag, and we are back racing. Michael there right behind. See if they go 3 wide right away.
Man, here we go. Already a lot of lines being started. That 22 car right now is holding on just a little bit Broadfoot. Trying to get that run. 78 goes up high with Miller.
78 making a run now, 3 wide. Little bit of contact. That bottom line's been working, but some of these guys are figuring it out early on that this top line might be the move. As they're changing places, Ellis, Miller, Murr, top 3. Cody's in 5th now.
Oh, big
Ooh,
wreck.
we got some damage again.
The
2
34.
cars down below.
Oh, no. Big wreck. 34. Jeff Merck. Right now we're staying green, Emery. We're good. 28.
Absolutely 28. So that's the one thing you don't want to have. You don't want to have a situation where you get caught up in a wreck and that green flag stays out, because it takes forever to get back to the front. He may go a couple laps down. We'll see what happens at the end of this stage, and that's at that 20 lap mark.
We talked about him, but Jason Main does have damage on that front end, so was involved in that wreck. But we're green.
Still green. Unfortunate for him. They do have that fast repair to use. And now we're seeing a little bit of single file in the back. I think some of these guys are seeing a lot of contact and getting loose, and they're saying, I don't want any part of it, and they're going to stay behind and try to stay out of the big one. Number 12 now, Zachary Lima out front looking strong. He's got some damage, it looks like, in the rear, but his car's still good. 23 right behind him, pushing him, as the 17 and the 94 are down below. And this is a good shot with Cody in that 6 car. Dropping down below.
Pole
trying
sitter.
to get a run. Oh, 12's going to do a little block.
Our pole sitter making moves here.
And I thought some of these drivers were going to be a little more patient, but this first 12 laps have been something else. They're going after it. Holding nothing back for season 2. They want to get out here and get a win quick. Been great racing. 21 up top now, trying to make that move 3 wide.
77.
77 loose. He got it back together quick. Unbelievable. That's Hill.
It's going to break
Sean
up.
Hill.
Sean Hill going down the
Great
hill
job.
right there, but holds on to it. Great
Man, that's a
job.
beautiful save. Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to break up that field, though. That might be huge, because that might lose the draft. These guys got to collect themselves and catch back up to that front pack.
Yeah, looks like we got 2 different packs now. 7 or 8 cars out front, and then we got this back pack that's trying to figure it out and get back on the draft. It is super tight up front, I will tell you that. Steve in the 27 is now is our leader. John Ellis Jr. in the 21. He makes his way all the way up to 2nd. Lima drops back to 3rd.
3 by 3 by 3, and Murray, we're playing tic-tac-toe up here.
That car in the middle, that Guinness car, that's where it's scary. If you could go on an onboard shot with that and take a look at how close this racing is when you're on this track in the middle, man, it is it's fun, but it can be a little scary. You're holding that wheel pretty tight when you're in this position.
And there it is right there. Oh man, 3 wide all the way around.
That's the great thing about this league and the drivers out here, that they're capable of doing it. You know, you get some drivers that just don't feel comfortable, and when that does happen, it causes wrecks. We've seen one caution so far, but the big one has not happened. We're 15 laps down. We got 5 more until the first stage break, and then that's when all the gloves are off as they try to get that win.
I think these boys are starting to figure it out. I mean, right now they're 3 wide, still up front, but I'm seeing a lot less crazy moves and kind of just holding on to it.
Yeah, that pack now is getting a little bit bigger. It looks like some of these cars caught the draft, and they're right up there with all these drivers. One interesting thing that's changed this year too is last year I believe that the yellows were ran by iRacing, right? So now we have race control. So they have the opportunity to call these yellows when they think that a yellow has happened. Last race of the year, there was some drivers that got caught up in some stuff, and it went green the whole way through, and they were stuck. You can't come back from that. Once you go a lap down, 2 laps down, you got multiple cars involved. You got to get the lucky dog. You got to get around them and get your laps back. But when there's good racing like this, it's almost impossible. So that's going to be a cool aspect to this season.
Whoa, 41.
Ron Morris again. Oh, a little loose. Ron does a great job
big
out
wreck.
here. So
This is going to be oh man. Big caution right here.
and multiple cars involved. This will be our second caution. Still some contact. Hold on to it. Man.
And Emery, that was real close to our first stage on lap 20, keep in mind. So this might be that stage. We'll have to wait for race control to find out.
I think the laps are done. I think that will be stage 1 ending. I could be wrong, but man, you saw a couple of those cars just get completely totaled, and they towed it right back to the pits. And when doing that, that can cause you to lose some laps. So hopefully not too many cars involved.
Yeah, you see it. That 41 came down on track and came back up, hit the 55. 55 had nowhere to go.
No.
Got bounced around. Unfortunate for these guys, but we'll take one more look at that. You see right here, 41 in the yellow car, comes up, 55, gets into the 45, some net code right there involved, and then around they go.
And is that Hooters cars involved again now too? I don't know if he burned his fast repair on the first one. So
it is Curtis Rogers.
Man, that's too bad. If that's the case, that could end his race, but we'll see if he can fix it. Looks like he does have quite a bit of damage, but maybe he can get it straightened out.
Yes, sir. Well, that will bring out our second caution of the day. And what do you do, Emery? If you're one of these guys up front, or any of the guys who pitted before, what do you do? And I guess I just answered my own question. They're coming in.
Yeah, they're coming in, but not the full field. Some of them kind of got played out. They act like they were going in and stayed. So this is all about teamwork. Probably already made the call before that line came, and he says, hey, we're going to stay out and stick together. But right now, you're looking at, I believe, Jason Maines going to the pits here to get some tires. Or is that John? I can't see the side. I'm not 100% sure. But majority of the leaders did go in. They're going to get some fuel, top it off, and come right back out.
Right now, unfortunately, we're seeing a couple guys with the engines blown. Never a good time. Right there. That's the one thing, Emery, that we don't always talk about is that, yeah, you get the fast repair, but if you get into a position where your car can't move and you're in the backstretch or turn 3 and you can't get back to the pits, you have to tow yourself all the way back, and that takes a couple minutes depending on where you are. So that takes some time. Once you're in the pits.
that does take some time, and it feels like you're waiting forever in the pits as your car gets to get towed back, and that's a situation where you lose laps. If it goes green or you can't get back to find the pace to get to the lead, I mean, you're stuck and you lose a bunch of laps. So I've been there. I've been in the car. I've had to tow, and it's frustrating. But
Yeah.
hopefully he can get back out there and catch the field.
That's right. Well, right now, John Ellis Jr. in that 21 is going to be your leader currently. Doing a great job so far.
Now, are we gonna go back green at the 20, or is that gonna be our stage 1 finish? So I'm curious to how that's gonna play out now, because now we're at 18 laps.
That is the question. Looks like we might have to talk to race control about that one and see what exactly the call was as far as stage
Yeah,
one.
because if that's the situation, Steve, then I mean anybody could have just went in and got fresh tires and topped everything off and not really have to play with the positioning. But we'll
right.
see how this goes. Lights are still on the pace car. Either way, we got a lot of racing left. John Ellis Jr. started grid 4. He's in first. Cody in that 6 car, he started on the pole, is now second. And Sean Hill, J.R. Miller, that's your top 5.
We're seeing more come down pit road right now to top off on fuel. Right now, Sebastian Marin coming down. Bunch of guys here. Steve Korsock.
That's a bright car right there.
Super important to top off on that fuel. The pace lights are out. We're going to go green, Emery, on lap 20. 40 laps
So
to
is
go.
this going to be a shootout? Or are we going to stay green? Maybe that was the end of the stage 1. So I'm confused, but hey, I think we're going to go green and play it all the way through.
Love it.
Man, it's been fantastic racing, 3 wide action. It's so much fun. I just you know, these tracks, Talladega, Daytona, it just brings all the action. I know I've said that before, but it does, and that's why a lot of these races, a lot of these money races are at these tracks. It draws a lot of attention. It gets a lot of drivers in here for these fields. That's what you want, especially on a money race, because obviously if that prize, the more drivers you have in here, the bigger the prize money. Top 3 guys, top 2 guys are getting paid out $100 if they get that win, and the top 5 actually get paid. The 5th driver, if you finish 5th, I think you get $40 or $50. So it's a lot of fun.
Big time money on the table. Gotta love that right now. High action at Talladega. That front row, Ellis, and then our pole sitter, Cody Niegels, looking to get it done today. So what are your predictions, Emery? This last 40 laps.
Well, this is when it all unfolds. So if you got drivers to work with, if you got teammates to work with, it really pays off, because you'll start seeing these front cars really make some moves to keep those drivers from making runs. And if you don't have help, if you're kind of by yourself, it's hard to make the long runs to get to the front. As the pace car is off, and we're going to go back green flag racing, as John Ellis Jr. in that 21 is going to lead us into turn 1. That's a great looking shot right there at the start of this race. We've got to go to 60 laps. Now, actually, Steve, we see our first driver go 1 lap down. That's Jeremy Osborne in the 41. So he right now is a lap down. Let's see if it happens to any of these other drivers as we're looking at the field up front. Get pretty tight here.
Very tight right now. 2 wide for the first 5 rows, but that 3 wide is coming into play a little farther back.
Yeah, here comes the runs here. If they can make it work, if they can get a couple more guys out front or out top to make that line work, they can get all the way to the front. They're dropping back a little bit now. That 23, I believe, is the car there. Ooh,
Yellow flag.
got a little bit loose up front, and we have another caution.
Oh, that was the stage end, apparently.
So that is the stage. Okay, so that's going to be the end of stage 1. So they basically did a shootout for position here.
Interesting move right there by race control to throw that yellow flag and re-rack these boys yet again. I would have personally thought that last caution was a good stage end, but Hey, you know what? This is why I'm not a race control. This is why.
That is why you're in the booth and not race control. He said 20 laps is his first stage, his stage caution, and that's what's going to happen tonight. But man, let's talk about some of these guys in the back. I mean, Kenneth in that 03, he started 7th, is now in 27th position, so he's kind of struggling right now. What else you got here? You got Steve in that 27. He started 3rd and now 23rd.
That's right. Couple damaged cars. They were involved in that big wreck in beginning of stage, I guess 1, couple laps in. And right now, I mean, they're holding on to it. Looks like some fast repairs have been shared amongst the crews in cars. And a lot of fresh-looking cars. I'll tell you what, that Snap-on ride here, that's a fresh-looking hot rod.
Yeah, I think he ran that all season last season, too. So every time I saw that car, I was like, I know who that was. I know who it is. He's another driver out here that can really come out here and get a win. He might even get a championship. You never know. So,
never know. Right now, the 31, Dylan C. Jones. Haven't talked much about him so far, but having kind of a quiet day right now in the back of the pack. Currently 19th place, but has some front end damage. Not a whole lot though. Definitely manageable. Looks like he's maybe held on to that fast repair potentially. So, smart move. Kind of, you know you're going to get those cautions, right? So hold on to the fast repair the best you can. Hold on to the draft. See what happens.
Yeah, staying in the back can really pay off. You get some cars that get damaged up front, and they've got to burn their fast repairs, or they run out. It's easy to kind of, if you're patient, to stay in the back and keep a clean car. You really just want to finish. That's the goal. You want to stay to the end. You just want to have a shot. As we're looking at all the drivers now coming back into the pits to get some fuel. I don't think we're going to get tires. And if you did have a little bit of damage, maybe you can fix that up some more to get a clean car going.
Yeah, I mean, right here we're seeing Ryan Based at 73 has some potential right front damage. Oh, maybe not. Looks like he might have just gotten that fixed up, but a couple of cars looking pretty good here. J.R. Miller involved in that first wreck. Brandon Broadfoot has some rear end damage, but shouldn't affect the car too much. Again, at 25, William H. Scott Jr. Again, some rear damage. Pretty bad damage there, but shouldn't play a huge role.
Pretty banged up. You can have some rear damage and be okay. It's when you get that front damage. If you have any issues with that motor, you're low on RPMs. It's impossible to stay with the field and find that draft. But man, so far we really haven't seen a big wreck. We've seen some cautions, we've seen some issues, but the big one really hasn't happened yet. You never want to see it, but again, it's Talladega, so anything can happen. As I've been personally involved in those, and it can ruin a day.
That's right. Right now, Zachary Lima is going to inherit the lead. Thought that was Max Verstappen for a second in that Red Bull livery. Looking pretty good. F1 shout out. I'm sure he must be a big fan. Love to see it. Looks like he's riding on the apron. Not sure if he's going to be saving gas here or coming down pit road.
I'm not sure if he's going to go into pit road. Did he have any damage on that car that we can't see? I don't know if he needs to go back in and maybe get it fixed just a little bit more, but he's going to stay. I think he's going to stay out here. Maybe not.
Topping off on fuel might not be the worst decision. I'm sure a couple guys are going to come down here real quick and top off on fuel. And right now we're going to go green very soon. Pace car is going to turn their lights off in just a second. And we'll go green on lap 25. So almost halfway.
Almost halfway. 60 is the final. As we will crown a winner, and someone will walk away with a bunch of money in his pockets. As we're looking at 31 going back into the pits, maybe trying to get some damage cleaned up, top some fuel, maybe some tires. Looks like he just got fuel. He's going to go back onto the track.
Bunch of guys here. Eddie Hawks coming down, getting that repair. Sean Hill, we've seen him in multiple incidents right there right now. Looks like he's just, getting tires. Okay. Good move by him.
Going to get some tires.
Mark Vondell. Love that bright paint scheme. Can't miss it. Love to see it.
Tuesday Night Thunder, Season 2, here at Dega. First race of the season. The if you're watching and you want to get on board and come race with these boys, just hit up Ron Morris Racing, and he can get you set up. Anyone can come in here and play. There's no cap on iRating, excuse me. So anybody can jump in here, pay a fee of $25, and you have a shot to win some money. Really cool this year too with the trophy situation. They're going to award the winner of the regular season and the top 3 winners a trophy. So that's super cool. I saw a photo of one, and I think it's going to be a pretty sweet looking trophy when it's all said and done.
Love that.
But this league's growing. This is getting popular. Ron's really doing a good job getting these guys back for season 2. As you see the field, it's a big field. It might be one of the bigger fields that we ever had in season 1. But every Tuesday night is going to be the race. They drop the green flag at 10 o'clock. That's Eastern. If you are interested. And a big shout out to everybody at home on YouTube at Race Day Live. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here, as we're gonna go green again. Pace car is off, lights are off, dropping down into the pits. That 12 Zachary Lima gonna be in the 1 spot to get us going back to green here at Talladega Super Speedway. See what these boys can do at the end of this season, and let's see who can walk away and get a win.
Sebastian Mira and Zachary Lima neck and neck right now, both controlling each line. Who can prevail here?
I like that KTM Red Bull paint scheme that 12's got going on. Super cool. It's a good look as we got 2 cars up top dropping out, trying to get to the front there early. Nothing's there. They get back into line, and you're going to see that top car fall back. He needs some help. 23 up front. Sebastian getting pushed. Now with this long run now, Steve.
Boy. Hold on now.
He's in the grass because he hold on to it. He keeps it together.
Oh, but these boys don't. 94 almost upside down. Caution flag will wave. Huge wreck, Emery.
And that's a big one. Multiple cars involved. Caution is out. If you have already burned your fast repair now, this is unfortunate because it's a long race. It's a long race.
Yeah,
see if we get a replay and
boys.
see what happened, Steve. Yeah, let's try to get a look and see what happened on that.
Man, Curtis
that
Rogers. We're seeing 4 wide right here. That 22. 94 just gets punted. Looks like 22, 65 all involved. Big wreck
94
right
was
there.
about on his hood as the Hooter car hits the wall. He loses his front end, and I think we know that he's burned his fast repair. That might be the end of his race.
Yeah, you can see it 4 wide. Emery doesn't really work. You have the cars here to fit that, but one wrong move and that's it. 94 almost goes up and around.
Oh,
Yeah, just a lot of these guys couldn't hold on to it. The big one has struck.
yep, that inside middle lane just got loose, and that's how you cause those. Unfortunate for these guys that got involved.
Well, that brings out our 4th caution on lap 27. So by the time we go back green on this, it'll be halfway. We'll have 30 more laps to go. Speaking of which, I love this Escape from Tarkov car. Props to 94 of Christopher McCullough. One of my
How
favorite
fun
games
was
out
that
there.
game?
It was.
That game was fantastic.
It's still amazing.
We're talking 64, right? Nintendo 64.
What?
Am I wrong?
Escape
Oh.
from Tarkov?
Okay. I was thinking of something different. I apologize. I do know the game you're talking about. I have never played that one.
You're thinking
But
GoldenEye.
no, GoldenEye is a fantastic game, and I'm trying to think of the game of the game, and I will let you know, and
might
you'll
be
know
thinking-
exactly.
You might be thinking Perfect Dark.
No, this is a Nintendo 64, long ago.
Oh, I know my N64. I am. that's where it all started for me.
Oh man, those were the days. Now look what we're doing. We're broadcasting iRacing on a computer, and it's fantastic. I love the quality of these streams. It's really cool to be doing this. It's came a long way. iRacing has from the start. It's been out for a long time as well.
Big time. I mean, it came out, I believe, 2008, and I mean, I haven't been around that long as far as on the service, but it's really cool to see how far they've come. I mean, these races, you know, I've seen many times Race Day Live, you know, past events and past races where they're like, oh man, like you got the chance to do a race broadcast, and I'm like, yeah, it's really cool, and they think it's a real race. It's, you know, they think it's a real, you know, show it to my parents or show it to, you know, anybody, you know, older than us, right? They think it's real sometimes, and that's really cool. It's a good hobby, a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're right. I've had the stream pulled up, and I think it's confused my wife a couple of times. She doesn't realize that it isn't fake or it isn't real. So really cool to be, you know, as a person watching at home or a driver going back and watching this race again. It's a lot of fun, and I watch it. You know, I watch the Coke Series. I watch those pros race on what is it, Monday, I believe it is. It's really fun to be a part of, but as a driver and you go back and watch the race, that's even cooler.
Let's go back real quick while we have the time to. Just want to break down this big wreck that happened. See if we can kind of come to some more conclusions based on what we saw. See if we can get some other angles.
Man, that Hooters car has gotten a lot of TV time, but all for the wrong reasons. Seems like he's been involved in all these, and not really him doing. Right here, the car just comes down, clips in the front, and he loses his bumper. But man,
it all started right there with that 55 going down low. We're seeing 4 wide right here. Oh man, some beating and banging right there. That 22 has nowhere to go, and then just that 94 just gets kind of hung out right there. Christopher McCullough gets spun around. A lot of guys in the back had nowhere to go. Again, we talked about it, you know, holding onto those brakes heavily. That car's going to want to go back around. The back end spins out. Brakes lock up. You have nowhere to go.
Yeah, these cars kind of drive like a boat. It does. It's not the cup car. It's not the trucks. They're a very unique car to be driving. But man, it looks like Brandon Broadfoot got an EOL, so he's going to start in the back. He might have been the one that caused that, but Ron gives them the EOL, so he's going to start in the very back on this restart. 30 laps is when I think we're going to go green.
Yes, sir. And there it is right here. Curtis Rogers already used that fast repair. Unfortunately, has the back and front end both off of the car, so hopefully we'll see him hold on to it and see what happens there for him. But Christopher McCullough also involved in that wreck pretty heavily. Has some damage there on the side and the front. Not too bad, though. Repairable, and we'll see how he fares later in this race.
Is that your favorite paint scheme now? Is not the Hooters one? Is it the Escape from Tarkov?
I don't know. I'm on the fence right now.
I think I like the 12. I think I like the KTM Red Bull setup there. It's been out front. It's got some good colors. I like dirt bikes. I like KTM brand. I think I'm going with that car.
I'll tell you what, this Nexus paint
That's
scheme,
a good look too.
Sebastian Marin, you cannot go wrong with that. Has some purple neon to it, looks like. Man, I am all about that right there. So good looking.
Yeah, he's got some unique colors, and it's bright, man. It's almost like it's glowing. 73 there, 03. I like that front. The flag on the front of that car is awesome.
Man, Four Loko.
Oh boy.
John Ellis Jr. I'll tell you what, early 20s, couple of Four Lokos in me.
Yeah, it only takes a couple, doesn't it?
Not even.
That was the trend. Four Loko.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Enough about the cars. The pace car's off the track, and we're going to go green here at Talladega. Season 2, first race for Tuesday Night Thunder. Sebastian, that 23 is going to take us away. Zachary Lima in the 12. 27, Steve in that top 3 as the green flag is out. And we're over halfway home to the end of this race. Winner gets $100. All these points count for the end of the season for the big money race where $500+ is on the line. You got to be consistent. You got to finish every race, and you got to be up there to qualify.
You sure do. And right now, a lot of guys are trying to get to the front right here. 3 wide in the back. We are on lap 30, so we are officially halfway in this race.
As we see 2 cars here in the back trying to make their way up there, but it's pretty busy. They need to work together. As one car tries to jump up with him, he goes back in the line. Those 2 cars are going to drop back as we got side-by-side racing out front. Now we see some more cars up top trying to make the run. They might get help. A lot of contact again, Steve. That 03 jumped in front of the 6. And this is where it gets tight. This is where that middle line gets a little sketchy.
It's sketchy, but right now they're holding on to it pretty tight. Not a lot of wiggle room, though. One wrong mistake, and this whole pack is going around.
Yeah, we see multiple cars get banged up, so a lot of these cars do not have their fast repair. They get involved with one more caution, one more accident, and their race can be done. Surprisingly, though, Steve, we've got everybody on the lead lap. No car has been left behind just yet.
It's great to see. Everyone's in this race. Believe it or not, even banged up cars.
They're making it work. The Hooters car might not be working so well if he's in the very back with no front end or a bumper, so we could see some trouble there. As this 03 in the middle line, jumping down below, really making it work in the middle. Now he's getting pushed by the 23 as Lima is going to try to make a run. Kenneth in the 03 is now your leader. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, your pole sitter, Cody Niegels, he knows how to win this race. You can just tell it goes down, blocks that middle line that has some momentum.
One interesting thing I'm seeing here today, Steve, is Jason Maines. We've talked about him early. He's really kind of been holding back in the middle of the pack. He likes to be out front and work with his guys, but right now he's kind of just in that middle of the field.
We'll have some front end damage. Yes, be careful of that. I think he's just biding his time, holding on to that fast repair, get a late race caution. You know what? Come down, fast repair, and then done deal. Get to the front.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see if it plays out for him in that 28 car right there.
Unbelievable racing right now. You know what, Emery? It's time. We love to do this on the channel. Bring the noise. We're going to go Bring the Noise 3 wide edition style. Here we go.
Let's do it. Bring the noise. And we got a big wreck. Big wreck. Bringing the noise right here. Oh my Lantis. What a shot.
And we are back. Man, unbelievably huge wreck, Emery. As we're going back to Bring the Noise, we will cover that immediately. Huge wreck at the front of the field.
Unbelievable shot, Steve. That was wild. Bringing the noise and to see a big caution come through on that turn, man, that's going to be big problems for a lot of these drivers.
Definitely not good for a lot of these guys. You're right. That fast repair, it's starting to heat up. Lap 35. Got to be careful. Let's take a look back at this yellow flag. This is going to be a whole lot of cars going south here.
This is a mess as he gets clipped into the wall. That's my 12 KTM Red Bull car getting in some big damage. These guys dropping down below to get by him. Oh, and 12 gets tagged again.
Let's go high above here in the blimp cam. Try and get a better angle of just the chaos here. It's coming down. Oh, the 60 turns the 12, it looks like.
Yeah, goes right up into the wall.
Man.
And nobody had anywhere to go.
If I had to guess, that 12 car tried to block that outside lane by making that move on the outside, but we'll go back and take a look at that real quick one more time. Zachary Lima. Go back just a little bit of ways back. Zachary Lima here. Yeah, just
man,
just
wasn't clear.
Unfortunate. We'll go back just a little bit ways again.
This will give us the story here. We can take a closer look at this 12 and see how he got spun.
There it is.
Just comes up right there. Jeff gets in the side of him. Lima gets hit again here at the end.
Just
Big
enough
contact.
But that's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, Steve,
huge
I'm
wreck.
really surprised. I'm really surprised that we've got these cautions coming out like this. I thought these boys would be a little patient, but first race of the season, I think they want to come out and make a statement. So aggressive driving, little bit of a mistake there, but 25 to go now. This race is coming to an end here shortly. Cody Niegels in that 6, he's up front. Sebastian in that 23 is in second.
He sure is. I'll tell you what, Cody Niegels, we saw him get the pole. And right now with that 6 machine, doing a great job holding on to it right now in P1. Has avoided all the big wrecks. That's sometimes what it takes, Emery. It's not always about skill or anything like that. It's sometimes just, are you out of the way? You know, in a place like this, I would almost be rather lucky than good.
Yeah, you gotta have some luck, right? But I'll tell you what, Cody is putting on a show. He's gotten the pole. He's out front. He's got a clean car. He's doing everything right now and staying really consistent. So you don't see that all the time at super speedways. You can really get yourself into trouble and you'll lose some spots quick. But Cody Niegels in that 6 from Missouri, making it happen here in Tuesday Night Thunder.
Love to see it. I mean, right now we saw a lot of guys pitting down pit road. Matthew Baker right here coming down. Lots and lots of damage. Jason Maines comes down. Car still pretty beat up, looks like. So it doesn't seem like he used that fast repair.
Yeah, he's definitely got some damage to the back and the front of that. So if he still has that fast repair, he's holding on to it. I think he thinks a big one's coming again. Dylan Jones in that car. Here's Curtis Rogers. Man, he looks like he's on a short track.
He just can't catch a break. He's got a modified right now. The Whelen modified. Almost. Tell you what.
Unbelievable.
Rough day for him so far, involved in every single wreck, but holding on to it.
Yeah, that front end looks pretty beat up. Sebastian in that 23 car. Look at that. Some color.
Looking good. That actually might Seabass. Must be oh, I get it. Mirren. Okay. Sebastian. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm liking that paint scheme. I think it actually might be my favorite, honestly.
You might be right, and I wonder what that car looks like if we had the lights out. I bet you that thing under the lights looks pretty good as well.
It'd be incredible for sure. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Who's going to win this race?
Big one.
yeah, we have seen it. Steve Korosek in that snap line, holding on to it pretty steady. Tell you what, love this paint scheme by where'd he go? Kenneth McClellan right now. We the People on the side. Love that. Big fan of that for sure.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yes, sir. David Sheets, Wake Forest. Great basketball program. Transmedic. A lot of McCullough Motorsports cars out here. Love to see that. Good teammates here.
Yeah, they got a big team out here. Yep, absolutely.
Lots going on. Pace car lights are off, so we will be going green this next time by with 23 laps to go. I'll tell you what.
Brandon out there. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Haven't talked much about it, but John Mollahan, this paint scheme, Dale Jr. throwback of the Looney Tunes. I believe he ran this at Richmond in 2002. Might be wrong on the date, but I actually have this diecast. This is a very, very cool car. One of my
you gotta love the Looney Tunes.
Exactly. One of my favorites back then. Really cool stuff. But Cody Niegels, pace car coming down pit road very shortly. You see it.
Pace car is off. We're gonna go back green racing for Tuesday Night Thunder for season 2, first race. We are green flag again. Cody Niegels out front will take us away into turn 1. He's been up front all day long. Let's see if he can continue to make that happen for him. He might just get a win.
Great job controlling the outside lane by Sebastian Marin. It's not an easy thing to do, but he's holding him off.
Making it work right now. As the 23 is getting a big run on the outside. As he drops back down below in front of Cody. So he likes the lower line there better. Leads those two drivers up to, oh, he's going to pop back out.
Close
Side
racing.
by side up front here. Little risky.
Oh, man. Marin makes a bold move down there on the inside, takes that line away in front of Niegels. Great job. Caution is out on the track.
Oh, 03 gets some contact, and let's see what brought out this caution. We got multiple cars in the back.
Eddie Hawk.
Sideways.
Couple of cars right here involved.
Man.
Unfortunate. But Talladega Racing. Let's go back and take a look and see what involved. Hold on now.
Little Talladega Racing, but man, they gotta figure this out because cars can't take that much damage. If you want to try to win this race, you do not want to be involved this late in the race in contact. So
Eddie Hawk was involved the heaviest, it would appear. So we'll go back and we'll try and get a good look here. Oh man, it gets hooked by Zachary Lima.
Uh-oh.
We'll go back a little further away here.
Steve Lima was just involved in a big wreck. He got a fast repair, and I think he might be done.
Yeah, we'll see it right here a little bit.
It
Lima
looks
on the
like he just
outside
came up.
12 kind of comes down right there. I feel like I'm not sure if we tried that side draft to just get on the 45 and try and get past him, but just did not work.
Man.
Unfortunate. That machine is destroyed. Brought it back to the pits for Lima and for Hawk. And we're under a 6th caution of the night here at Talladega. Sebastian Marin holding on to the lead right there, made a bold move in front of Cody Niegels to maintain it.
Yeah, we're gonna have under 20 laps to go when we go back green racing. Man, this is making some moves now. It's getting a little dicey. It's getting a little dicey for these drivers. I'm sure they're frustrated right now with seeing a caution go back to back, and some of these guys are going to be done for the day. So they will not be at the end collecting the money. First and second place payouts are $100. Third's going to be $75. Fourth is $60. Fifth, you still get $40. So you're getting your money back and some. It's $25 each week to race this Tuesday Night Thunder. This is the second season. There will be 12 weeks of racing, all Xfinity cars. Majority of the time you're going to be at the Talladega on a couple, I think the new track, they're going to be at Atlanta. So that's cool to see.
Nice.
But man, this is cool. Big turnout for the first race of this season. So I think you'll see it really grow this year.
It's great to see for sure. Right now, a lot of beat up cars in that pit road. They've needed trucks to get onto pit road, but right here, Curtis Rogers somehow has a car worthy enough to keep going. Man, I'll tell you what, if he has been holding on to this fast repair, that would be incredible.
That would be incredible. I don't think that's the case, but that would be quite the feat to come back from that car looking like that and trying to get that win. I'm seeing two cars now. 45, Eddie Hawks, he's a lap down. And then we got Zachary Lima, has now dropped to 1 lap down. He was up there really making some moves, but that 12 car now has got some big problems. So I'm not sure he'll be back out on the lead lap when we go back to green. He's really run out of time. But yeah, he's in the pits. So unfortunate. We're looking on number 5 there. I'm not sure what Baker's doing, if he's trying to get some damage cleaned up.
Yeah, I can't really quite tell. His car looks fine to me, a little bit ruffled in the front end, but overall not too bad. So Trying to figure out what's going on with Baker. Maybe repairing the damage instead of actually taking the fast repair. So we'll see how that goes. But front of the pack is coming around. Pace car light should be going off this time by. We'll have 18 laps to go.
Back racing. 18 laps to go. It's been an awesome night. It's been great here at Talladega. A lot of action. We saw it early on. We seen some cautions. We've seen a lot of 3-wide racing. For the most part, it's been pretty good.
Yes, sir. Always a great time here at Race Day Live and at Talladega. Awesome combination right now. I'll tell you what, these guys up front, they have the right idea. I mean, I feel like at this point, you've kind of made your bed. 18 laps to go once we go back green. There's still plenty of time to get back to the front, make a move if you have to from the back, maybe pit for fuel, whatever it might be. But being at front is a nice place to be because if the wreck happens, you're most likely in front of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be at this stage of the race, you want to be in the top 5. It's going to be hard to get through the field clean. And like you just said, you don't want to be in that wreck late too, because right now, majority of these cars that have been involved in all this contact, their fast repairs are done. Any more damage and it's over for them. So Sebastian at 23 doing a great job, just as number 6 in Eagles. He is doing absolutely everything right here as well. So let's see if they can finish this race out clean and maybe get that win. John, he's in that 17 car. I think he's got a pretty clean car as well. So one guy you want to look out for. You got Jeff back there in the 24. John Ellis Jr. 21. He's still hanging around. So we're gonna see what they can do. Pace car is gonna pull off here. Lights are off, and we'll go back green flag racing. Tuesday Night Heat, season 2.
It's a great showing so far. Emery, I'm going to ask you once, who is your pick to win this race?
Man, I hate to just, be that guy, but I think Cody Neagles. I think he's going to win.
All right.
He's been so good all day. I was going to give you first choice, but I'll take Cody tonight. Who do you got?
I'll tell you my first pick very soon.
All right. Well, pace car is off. Cody Neagles is going to be taking us into turn 1 with Sebastian in that 23. Green flag is going to fly as this race here at Talladega will be coming to an end shortly, and we will pay out the top 5 drivers. First place will get $100.
Great moves right here. Man, 4 wide in the back of the pack.
That outside lane still could be a good call for some of these drivers to make it up front.
I'll tell you what, Emery. Oh, hold on. Big wreck right here involved. The 7706.
Oh.
The yellow flag is out for the 7th time. Jeff Merck involved.
Man, oh man.
Sean Hill involved. David Sheets in the 06 got the brunt of it. Unfortunate for these boys. Another McKellar Motorsports teammate. Unfortunate for him, but that'll bring in our 7th caution of the night.
Here's the frustrating part for the drivers up front. They can't get consistently going. The cautions keep flying out. So every time those restarts happen, it gets a little dicey. So Steven and Cody and Sebastian all up front trying to stay up front. I'm sure they're getting a little frustrated with the cautions flying out late in this race.
Yeah. As
you're seeing a lot of chatter with the drivers, and that's never a good sign after a wreck. I think some tempers are flaring and some frustrations really starting to play out.
I mean, you saw it right there. David Sheets uses his fast repair. You saw all the fenders pop out. That's the dead giveaway. So he's good to go there in that regard. But man, hate to see it. I was just about to say too, Emery, my pick of the day was going to be Sebastian Merritt. I think he's got this. I've seen some moves that he's been very bold and very. He just knows how to block a lane if he needs to or follow the right lane. I think he's going to be our man tonight.
Yeah, I think at the end you're going to see both of those drivers that we chose to really fight it out and see who can get the win. We've been talking about it all day. Is you really need help too, as we're seeing that wreck. Man, big contact. You need help to win these races. You really do. And the majority of these guys that are coming out here and making these and winning these races, they've got their teammates to help. So see what plays out.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. This is actually the last caution from earlier, so I apologize for that. We'll bring in the caution, the replay caution that happened just right now. David Sheets.
Looking at a pretty cool shot there of the track.
Oh, man. 06 took a big shot right there. We'll go back a little further back. Big move.
Yeah, that's if we can go on board with that hit to the wall, man.
Yeah, right there. Oh, man, just comes across the nose. Looks like of the 60 perhaps, and then just, man, hard hit. We'll try and get a better angle earlier.
6, is he gonna be okay? That was some major contact with the wall going full speed.
Here it is. We'll try and get a play it out right here real quick. The 06. Right in the middle right there, you see that red and black car. 60 is up above. What happens here? 60 is pushing the 77. 06 is right there. It comes down low. Oh, 77 comes down.
Yeah, 77 comes down, and that sends the 6 into the wall. And he had to go in and use that fast repair, but he's got a clean car. He can stay out here and make some moves and see if he can get a win.
Try and find that better angle for that 60 car. This might tell the story here. Oh. Yeah, you can just see it. I mean, just pushed him too hard, the 60.
Yep, 60 got in the back of him, turned him, and then some of these guys had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, you can't be pushing in the corners. That will upset the car in front. We'll take a look at what the in-car camera from that of Jeff Merck.
Yes, a couple of no-nos. A couple of no-nos to do when you're at a super speedway is don't push the pusher.
Yeah.
And don't push the corners. And
let's take a look at this.
We're on board with Merck.
Yep. Man. Just hooks his left rear in the corner. Can't do that. These cars will get right upset. That back end picks up and they have nowhere to go.
Yeah, Jeff Merck in that 24, typically a good driver, a clean driver, but just getting in some problems there. Pace cars, lights are off. We're going to go back green racing, and 15 to go now. So this race is coming to an end. My pick's still out there, and the Neagles in that 6 car. Marin and the number 27, Steven. He's in second now. Andrew in the 12, in the 10 car. He started grid 25th, as now sees him all the way up to 5th place.
Love that.
He's making a good run late in this race, and that's typically what you got to do. You got to be patient. It's okay to stay in the back, but if you can be up in that top 5, top 10 with 5 to go, anybody can win that in that race. So let's see what he can do.
Well, Sebastian Marin going to be leading this pack again in that 23 Nexus machine. 14 laps to go at the line. It's anyone's race.
Great shot of these cars as you're looking in front of this car here, and it's a little motor action. All right, well, season 2 has started. Tuesday Night Thunder, first race of the season. It's been fun to watch. Pace cars lights are off. We are going to go back green, flag racing at Talladega. That number 23 will take us into turn 1. As when this race comes to an end here shortly, we'll have a driver walking away with a couple $100. So fantastic. Been fun in the booth. Been fun to watch these drivers tonight. We are back green.
Tight racing right here. Steve Korosek on the outside, trying to hold on to it. Doing a great job.
And Sebastian's just staying low. I think that's where he wants to be. We've seen him do a little bit of blocking early on in the race, but right now he's getting some help from now. I believe that's the 88. But yeah, that inside lane's working. Outside in that middle, not too much going on as they're trying to make it 3 wide.
Oh, the 07 and the 94 get together in the grass, both holding on to it. We stay green. Great job by those drivers to hold on to it, keep it straight.
No caution there. They're going to lose the draft, though. If they really need some help to get back, that's going to cost them. Not too much 3 wide racing just yet. They haven't done it. 23 still on the inside, looking strong. Sebastian.
So far, great job, Emery, but you can just tell the intensity is just, oh man, it's elevating for sure.
Absolutely. Watch out for that Steven in that 27 car too. He's always out front making these moves. He's one driver out here that can get a win. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we haven't seen that third line come together yet. We're still side by side.
Man,
almost single file in the back, and they just haven't made that run just yet.
Andrew Zanto in that number 10, he's trying to so bad. Gets the help he needs. And there they go. Outside lanes forming. Emery, we're 3 wide now.
We are 3 wide. 12 to go. This is for all the money. I think we'll stay 3 wide until the end of this race if we don't have a caution. 23, 6, and the 17 down low, working together. That bottom lane has actually worked out pretty well, but now we're seeing the top as the 03's up front. And big push on the outside here. That 4 Locals car is trying to make his way to the front as well. He's got some help behind him.
Oh no, up at the front. Sebastian Marin goes down, gets hit into, gets doored, holds on to it down by the apron, he's out of it.
Sebastian gets turned. Unfortunate for him. He was out front.
Oh, big wreck, 55.
Long.
06, caution flag is going to be out here. Huge wreck. Oh, my word.
24 and the 34 to 17, big contact. 59's involved. He doesn't have a front hood. Man, oh man.
Implications big time in this race.
Yeah, that is huge, and absolutely a break for Sebastian Marin. He's been up front. You know he can find his way back up there, but he needed that caution bad because I don't think he would have caught the draft.
No, sir, has no damage on that machine, so just got kind of doored and sent down into the apron. So that was very timely for him. Got him out of the way, potentially, of actually getting involved in that wreck. So some silver lining there for sure for him, but right now, a lot of drivers involved in that. We're going to go back into the replay and see what unfolded.
And that's going to be our 8th caution of the day. I don't think I saw any of this stuff happen last season. I think the max caution we ever had was maybe 3 or 4. So tonight, maybe some new drivers out here. Oh,
Cody
talked
Neagle.
about that contact in the middle.
We'll go back and watch Cody Neagle. I believe he was involved pretty heavily in this. Once we find the actual replay here.
Cody Neagle, one of the other drivers that's been out front and been consistent all day long. So if he doesn't have a fast repair and he got involved in this one, that is a bad day.
I'll go back just a little bit so we can watch that again.
Looks like the 9 just got loose, I believe. Is that the 9 down below?
Yeah, the 9 down low on the apron, or by the apron. Right here. We're going to see him potentially get hit maybe by the 77 right behind him, but just some hard net code right there between him and the 88 just sends everybody around.
Oh man, and that's one thing about iRacing on these tracks. It can happen. They typically will race at Talladega because we've been seeing a lot more net code at Daytona. But late in this race, man, you hate to see net code this late in the race like that.
Yeah, and that was pretty insane too. That was definitely tough. But I mean, and again, we saw him. I mean, Sebastian Marin, got involved there pretty heavily as far as getting doored and then being sent over. But I mean, right now, you're going to see it as it plays out, gets through this wreck.
Yeah, he dropped all the way back. Was probably not going to catch the draft, and he just snuck by.
I'll tell you what, that right there could be the defining moment for Sebastian Marin's race. I mean, again, got doored a little bit while leading. We're at front of the pack, and then get sent back to the pack. But again, like I said, that might have saved his race.
It could have. He'll get back to the front. He has been a great driver today. I really think he still has what it takes to get this win. But man, unfortunate events. 9 to go. I think we'll be about 7 to go when we go back to green. But man, late in this race, some cautions, really changing some stuff up. We've got 2 cars that are not on the lead lap. Everybody else is. But man, John Ellis Jr. up front now. Andrew in the 10, he's in second. Steven in that 27, he's in third, if that stays true. Now, what do? Do you go in and get tires, pit? Do you get some fuel? I think they're going to stay out and run this all the way to the end.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, if you're one of these drivers involved, you're definitely going to use your fast repair now. You're gonna take the tires. You're going to do everything you can to get that car in top shape to just sprint at the end of this race. Right now, we're seeing Jeremy Osborne coming down. Has some damage still in the back end, but going to try and make it through. Michael Triscaro also involves pretty heavily, getting some damage repaired. Zachary Lima, unfortunately, out of the race, it would seem. A lot of guys right here involved heavily. It's just survival at this point.
I'm kind of thinking when that white flag comes out, we may have some cars sideways going across the finish line. It's just kind of been that type of night. I think you'll see that. And don't get me wrong. So now you have some of these drivers that got turned or gotten some issues. That may be coming back, and you might be on the wrong end of that. So who's to say? 8 to go now. We're still under caution, but man, this pace car is going to come off. We'll go back to green and see who can win this race tonight. John Ellis Jr. up front. That's a guy you don't want to see him up front either, because he can win this all day long. Once some of these drivers are in that top 5 position, they don't move. They stay there. They make their blocks. They'll work with their teams, and you may see that out of John.
That's right. Well, we're going to be 7 laps to go here at the end of this race. A lot of pieces have fallen in line here for John Ellis Jr. in that 21 up front. Andrew Santo, though, cannot count him out on the 10. Again, he was fighting for the outside lane there. Got it to work, got to the front. So that could be huge for his race. And then Steve Korosek right now in P3. Anything can happen in 7 laps.
This is where you really have to make your choices good. You make the wrong move, you could drop some spots quick. So, jumping out in 3 wide and you get left behind, that's something you don't want to do late in this race with 7 to go when we go green.
That's right. Here we go.
Pace car is pulling off the track. John Ellis Jr., that 21, will be out front for this restart. Andrew, Steve, Kenneth, Cody Niegels at 6. As we are back to racing here at Talladega for the Tuesday Night Thunder Season 2 with money on the line. Let's see what happens. 21 on the inside, taking us to turn 1.
Oh man, that 10 car looking pretty shaky. Trying to make a move here. Bumps into that 27.
Oh man, 10, one of those names I haven't seen. He started 25th, is now sitting 3rd. He's making a good run late here. Cody in that 6 now is looking up front. Pushing Ellis in the 21.
That second pack, you're seeing it
man.
starting to lose that draft just a little bit. A lot of beat up cars back there.
Sebastian. Sebastian can't afford that much time loss. He needs to find the draft now or he's going to be set back. 27 is Steve now up front. He drops to the bottom. He's going to take the lead over the 21. 10 on the outside, Andrew still holding strong. Can he make the run back up there? 21 gets high. A lot of lane changes now, a lot of movements. Nothing 3 wide just yet. 6 to go here at Talladega.
Close racing, Emery. When do you make your move? You got to wait for the last lap, or do you make it now?
I think you wait a little bit, but if you wait too long, you're done. Right now, you're going to see, I believe, some cars go 3 wide to try to get this win. Now here's the thing, Steve, you got to make sure you got to commit. If you don't have any help when you jump outside, you can go all the way back to the back. So I think that's the case. I think they're being patient. They don't want that to happen just yet. They don't want to make a move this early. You're seeing now a little bit of work in the back there. If they can get tight and get it together, Sebastian trying to make a 3rd line. Oh, and he's loose.
Oh,
21
no.
gets into the wall. 10. Keeping pretty smooth. Steve now up front. Big mistake there.
Hold on to it by that 21. Great job. Oh, no. Big wreck right here,
And
potentially.
Big wreck.
Hold on to it.
Huge contact.
One car shut off down by the apron. Work staying green right here. Nobody has
Still
any
green.
patience.
4 to go now here at Talladega. Steve out front. Can he get the win here? Sebastian in that 23 is now up here in the top 5. 31-6. The 03 down below working together.
Man.
Cody needs some help.
Brandon Broadfoot on the outside all by himself makes the pass around Bolsitter, Cody Niegels. But right now, going to get freight trained, has no help. There's Sebastian Marin.
And Sebastian making a huge run, pushing that car in front. Does he have what it takes to get back to the front? Steve on the inside. Those 3 cars really working well together to make it happen. 4 to go. Still a lot of time here. 3 to go when they cross. And here's the run, Steve. 23 on the outside is going to push to 22. Can he make that happen?
27 makes a bold move by holding on to that middle lane. Can he hold on to it? But big wreck right here in the back. Caution flag is in the air. Huge wreck right here. Our second big one of the day. 73 hit hard into the wall. Major contact by a lot of these guys.
10. Man, oh man.
Andrew Zanto doesn't have a lot of damage, but man, heavily involved in that wreck. And Steve Korsak right now has the lead. Do we have green-white checkers, Emery?
Yes, I believe we are going to have a green-white checkered here.
Unbelievable.
Man, that brings out the 9th caution here at Talladega. It's been a long one. I think you're seeing a lot of some of these newer drivers coming into the league, and you know, they don't know how they're racing. The other guys don't know how they race, and they're just trying to get a feel for it. But man, such a big wreck late in this race. Did Sebastian get through that?
Let's take a look. Does not. Gets floored pretty hard. Hold on to it pretty well, but man, just
did.
I mean, everyone's dooring each other. Hard racing. Not much you can really do. Cody Niegels involved. Pole sitter. Not going to have the kind of car to finish this race off. Andrew Zanto. Hard hit for him. JR Miller involved. We'll go back to this from multiple camera angles. A lot involved here. With 3 to go.
3 to go, and we will have a green-white checkered flag.
Trying to watch in the back here. Cody Niegels, you see that number 6 car in the middle. Happens right in front of him, but he gets involved. That 42, that green machine in the middle in the 78, just nowhere to go. The 42 gets squeezed potentially here. Comes down.
Comes down. Yeah.
Emery, I think that's just one of your classic cases of trying that side draft. Trying a hard side draft it just doesn't work when you have that tight of space involved.
Yeah, a little bit of a check up there, and then he got kind of loose and then lost it, came down and caused a big one. But man, unfortunate there. As now we're starting to see a lot of these cars become off the lead lap, as they have already used their fast repairs and have too much damage to get back out and make a run.
Yeah. I mean, right now, it's amazing how these tracks end up, Emery, because our top 5, we have not seen them, for the most part at least, up front, the entire other rest of the race. Right now, Steve Korosek out front leading in the catbird seat. Brandon Broadfoot. I mean, where'd he come from, right? It's great jobs by these guys. Again, a lot of it is just being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and some big names too that are out of this race. Christopher, the number 94, he's 1 lap down. Jeff Merck in the 24, he's 4 laps down. John in that 17, he's 8 laps. Michael Chisquero, he's out. Man, crazy night. Dylan Jones right there, 31. He's still alive. He's still kicking here. And
we talked about Dylan Jones earlier. I mean, has the fast repair, was kind of just hanging out in the back. And right now has some front damage a little bit, but he's, holding on to it in that ghost white paint scheme.
Yeah, I think Dylan Jones is out here trying to get some sponsorship, so we need to get some sponsors on his car.
I'll tell you what, a top 3 finish here, I'd be hitting this boy up.
We got to hit him up. Somebody hit him up. There's the 03 of Kenneth. Love that flag on the front there. Good look.
David Drowan doing great right now. Has no front end, but holding on to it. At this point, you're P6. You got to just, whatever you get, you got to get.
You just got to hang on.
Great job by these guys. Matthew Baker right here in that 8th position, number 5. Again, involved heavily in a couple different incidents throughout the course of the race.
Matthew Baker, one of those names, he can come out here and win at any time. Texas.
So far, great job by these guys. Well, 3 to go. Emery, this is going to be a green-white checkered finish. I believe our one and only green-white. I could be wrong, but...
Well, yeah, I believe we're only going to do one. I think my thoughts are coming true, though. I really think we're going to see some cars sideways on the final lap coming across the finish. I just have a feeling. It's just that type of race right now. 9 cautions out here. Guys are trying to drive hard, try to get to the front. Money's on the line. And I think guys saw the season grow last year, or season 1, I should say. And I think they know the type of money that can be involved at the end of this season. So we got 12 weeks of this. You got 12 weeks of racing. By the end, you could be making some serious coin. And I think guys have realized that. So these fields will become a lot larger and bigger as time goes on.
Absolutely. Well, hey, the pace car has the lights off. Going to pull in for the last time of this race. Great season opener for these boys. Tuesday Night Thunder. Right now, Steve Korosek in the catbird seat, leading. Again, if a caution comes out with 2 to go, that ends the race. So, I mean, right now, if you're Steve Korosek, your best friend is that 31 of Eric Jones.
Yeah, he's in a great spot. Brandon could come here and kind of steal the show because, like you said, we haven't really talked about him much in this race, and then all of a sudden he's in 2nd. He started 9th. A guy to watch out for. He might be able to steal this one from these guys.
It's all about
Steve in that 20. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's all about who's going to get that best push at the start of this race, or this last restart.
Yes, restarts are tough on this. So you got to really make sure that you're on your game for these restarts because they can cause a lot of issues if you're not. Pace car is off, and we're going to go green flag racing at Talladega. For Tuesday Night Thunder, winner of this race is going to walk away with $100. First and second get paid. Steven in that 27 will take us into turn 1 as we are green flag again at Talladega.
go. This is it. Steve Korsak gets a great job on the outside lane. McKinney hold on to it. Brandon Broadfoot on the inside. It's an amazing
Run
push.
by that 27. Yeah, absolutely. That inside lane is now working together pretty well. Steve needs some help behind him. I don't know if he can stay up there with the two cars. The 03's pushing him. As now it sees it looks like he's getting more help. .25 drops down below, and now they try to make it 3 wide.
The outside lane's working. Cody Niegels, Sebastian Marin. Can they make the outside lane work? Can the pole sitter get his win today?
1 to go as they cross. Cody Niegels out up top. Can he get back down below to get in first place? Big push, 23, try to get to the inside of him.
Oh, big wreck. It's the white flag. No caution will come out.
No caution. Cody Niegels still out front. Steve in that 27's right there. 23, we talked about Sebastian. Can he make a run?
Brandon
Big
Broadfoot.
push by 22. Man, oh man, can they do it now? 6 on the inside. 23 pushing the 27.
Oh
Steve.
no! Heavy contact.
Nope.
Cody Niegels holding on to it. Steven Korsak on the outside lane. Who's going to get the better run?
Sebastian still can make a move here as he did big contact. 27, 31.
Oh no!
Sebastian on the outside gets turned. Oh man.
Oh no! Who win this race? John Ellis Jr.
John Ellis Jr. in the 21 came in here and got the win. Sebastian comes across in that 23 in second. Brandon in the 22 got third.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
John Ellis, a lone bystander, just at the end, has nowhere else to go except the win to victory
John
circle.
Ellis went low, got the win. I thought Sebastian might be able to pull that out, but he had some contact too and just couldn't do it.
Sebastian made some unbelievable moves there at the end. And we're going to go back absolutely and take a look back at that replay at the end. That was absolutely incredible. Great job by John
A
Ellis
wild
Jr.
finish. Absolutely.
So you could-
Just was in the right position at the right time and, stole a win here.
Man, a lot of big wrecks right there. Back in the pack. This is the white flag lap. We'll keep it right here so you folks can watch what exactly happens at the end of this race, but just absolute calamity. We'll let it play out for you. This is the backstretch.
And Cody was so strong all day long out front. Really thought he was going to get the win here. Sebastian in that 23 did everything he could try to do to make it happen. Man.
And this is where it all changes.
Yep. Contact. They did a good job of staying clean there.
Woo.
But then this is where the damage is done.
31 tries to make a move here on the inside, but the 23 of Marin Steve Korsak just gets taken out.
Steve up top comes down, collects the majority of these cars. And I thought Sebastian right here has a really good chance, but 28 clipped him. He got loose. John Ellis right here in the 21 goes all the way down. He says, thank you. I'm going to take my $100 and get a win. Here, first race, Tuesday Night Thunder, season 2.
Just has that momentum. And there it is. Unbelievable job by John Ellis Jr. Sebastian Marin.
Congratulations to him.
Sebastian Marin coming back in P2 and Brandon Broadfoot in P3. Awesome job by these boys today.
Well, there you have it. That is our first race of season 2 for Tuesday Night Thunder. Steve, I think typically we'll be talking to these guys, but right now I don't think we have the capabilities. Are we trying to bring anybody in here to get a word with them?
I would love to bring in John Ellis if we could. Not sure if he's available for... Oh, I think he might be. Hold on now. Oh, there's a waiting room. Here we go. We'll bring in these boys in just a second once we can. Here we go. Talk to Brandon Broadfoot first. See if we can bring him in here. Third place for him.
Came out of nowhere. He did a good job. He stayed clean and got his way up to the top 3 finish. In fact, I think he's with us right now. Brandon, you got a copy?
I do, yes, sir.
Brandon, how's it going? I'm in the booth today. I've been always racing with you last season. You came out here in season 2 and got a 3rd place finish. Not bad at all, because man, you were patient, worked your way up, and did what it had to be, did what it needed to be done. I guess you'd say. Walked away with some money. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. Dodged a couple bullets tonight, especially at the end there. It was one hell of an ending there. I don't think you could have scripted it any better. But like you said, kind of played it safe a little bit after I got that wreck. I was able to maintain in the back and then started running for the front. But oh, that was fun. I had a blast. But these cars with the new draft package, it's going to get getting used to. But other than that, it was fun. It was a great race. Ryan put on a great race. Couldn't thank him enough for doing that.
Yeah, it was fun to watch you guys up here in the booth, and you brought a good point up with the drafting and stuff. It seemed like some of these guys, it took them a little bit to get used to the car today, but that's how it goes. It's Talladega. Steve, you got something for Brandon real quick?
I'll tell you what, that Blue Lightning machine was definitely fast today. Love to see it. Great job, man, that P3. We'll see you back next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'd like to thank, real quick, I'd like to thank Ron Morse for putting this thing on. I came on Blue Lightning Racing, or Blue Lightning Motorsports this season, and can't wait to get more races going. Thank you guys for broadcasting tonight, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, have a good night.
All right, take care. Well, that's Brandon finishing 3rd out here for the first race of the season.
Love to see it.
Yeah, love to see that.
Great job by Brandon right there. We're going to bring in our P2, Sebastian Marin. Let's bring him in. Sebastian, you got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, awesome job today. P2 came up a little short, had some great moves. You were actually my pick of the race today to win. And I'll tell you what, you came so close at the end. Calamity corner, every corner. Talk to us about your race, man.
Yeah, the race was kind of wild. Obviously early on, felt bad that I kind of started off that whole chain reaction with Sean and I forget who else was involved. I just hit him maybe a little bit too aggressive, and he got a little sideways on corner entry, and I thought he was going to go to the bottom. And then when he caught it, he came back to the middle. And at that point, I didn't do a good enough job to lift, which kind of started that first kind of wreck. But after that, decided to play for the end of the race. So we pitted on that yellow so we can stay out at the stage caution. And I was just out front there with my teammates. Unfortunately, got involved in a few wrecks. And luckily, I had saved my fast repair there to the end. And got hooked together with Cody. We both had clean cars, so we were able to motor to the front relatively easy compared to the other damaged cars. And then, my teammate Steve just simply didn't know that the run coming behind me was as big as it was. Because he said, "Oh, I was gonna come up in front of you, and then the next time I look in the mirror, you're coming at me like 10 miles an hour faster." So I wasn't really paying attention in the mirror either, so my block was kind of like late reaction. Like I would have thrown it earlier and just see what would happen. But it's a shame that he got wrecked, because we could have maybe gotten a 1-2, but now at least I got P2. But definitely left a little sour taste in the mouth. I felt like we could have gotten a 1-2, but oh well, there's always next week.
Love to hear, man. Hey, we'll see you next week. Give us your shout-outs if you have any, and great job.
Yeah, shout-outs to my teammates. Zach, he had a tough race out there today, first race back in a while. Gabe and Steve, and shout-out to you guys for putting on this broadcast. I will for sure be rewatching this race back with my guys, just to see the the mayhem of this race. So yeah, thank you guys for what you do, and looking forward to next week.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Great job, P3 for Sebastian. We're gonna bring in our winner today, John Ellis Jr. Unbelievable job for John. Let's bring him on in here. John Ellis Jr. You get Steve and Emery in the booth. You got me.
I got you guys.
Hey man, incredible run today. You were just in the right spots at the right time every time. Explain to us how your race went.
It started off pretty good, running up front. It was a little scary at first. I think we were all kind of getting a feel for the cars again. We've been running the trucks so much recently. These are a little more finicky, a little twitchy. So it took us a while to get used to it. We were beating and banging up front. Just was able to pull out the stage win, and then after that, kind of got caught up in some wrecks and was going from back to front the whole race. And actually on that green white checker started pretty much dead last and somehow was able to pull it off.
Great to see, man. Emery, what do you got for him?
Well, John, I just want to say congratulations on the win. It kind of just fell in your lap. You went down low and avoided that wreck and did what you needed to do to make it happen. So I just want to say congratulations, and we'll see you next week. I think we're back at Talladega again.
Sounds good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and of course Ron and my teammates, everyone out there. It's always a good time.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you then.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, Steve,
Well, Emery,
Tuesday night, Thunder is in the books. First race of the season. John Ellis Jr. came out and got the win. Sebastian was right there too. Brandon got third. Man, it was a exciting Talladega Super Speedway racing. A lot of fun. It was great to be in the booth with you.
awesome time. I'll tell you what, great race. A lot of caution, but hey, sometimes that makes a good race. I mean, fast, just action everywhere, cautions. I mean, pit strategy. This race had it all. And John Ellis Jr. just, again, had the momentum, had the right car at the right time, and pulls away for this win. Big first win of the season, and great job. But Emery, it's been a great time. Hey, next week, we're right back here at Talladega. Going to be awesome. Emery, send us off, man.
Yes, sir.
What do we got?
All right. Well, no, I just want to say thanks to Ron Morris for letting us come in and broadcast.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday Night Thunder Season 2 is the first week. There's 12 weeks of racing. I think we'll be back for next week at Dega to broadcast again. Big shout out to everybody involved, and it was a fantastic time. And we will see you next week, June 20th at Talladega. Good night.